Has Nintendo finally given us the Zelda adventure we've been waiting for? As someone who has played every major Zelda game and 100%ed this one on Hero Mode, I can confidently say that Echoes of Wisdom breaks new ground in meaningful ways. In this review, we'll explore the rich story, exciting new gameplay mechanics, and the bold choices Nintendo makes to make this title stand out. Let's jump in, and don't worry guys, this will be a spoiler-free review. Echoes of Wisdom doesn't shy away from bold storytelling. From the very beginning, Zelda is thrust into a harrowing situation where her father, the King of Hyrule, orders her imprisoned and plans to have her executed. He blames her for the emergence of dangerous rifts affecting the land, like the ones you've seen in the trailer. Once someone enters a rift, they return forever changed, introducing a darker narrative than we're used to in a Zelda game. The opening sequence where a villager mentions, "We thought you'd be stolen away like all the others," instantly reminded me of the maidens being stolen in A Link to the Past and trapped in crystals. These narrative callbacks add a nostalgic charm to the game, while still presenting something entirely fresh. Impa makes her appearance in Hyrule Castle as a wise, elderly mentor, and she's undeniably cool in this game. As the story unfolds, we learn that many people have been swallowed by the rifts. The stakes rise dramatically as the king blames Princess Zelda for the chaos, heightening the narrative tension from the get-go. Now, let's dive into how Echoes of Wisdom plays out in terms of its controls and gameplay mechanics. Nintendo really knocked it out of the park with the gameplay in Echoes of Wisdom. In what feels like a throwback to the stealth sections of Ocarina of Time, you start by escaping from Hyrule Castle, sneaking past guards. This sequence is super reminiscent of Link sneaking around guards to enter Hyrule Castle in Ocarina of Time, grounding the player in that sense of Zelda history while opening up new gameplay elements. The highlight here, however, is Zelda's ability to summon echoes. This mechanic allows her to capture the essence of enemies she's defeated and summon them in future battles, adding layers of strategy to each encounter. This is one of the most puzzle-heavy Zelda titles I've played, possibly ever, and the echoes add immense depth to combat and exploration. Collecting echoes becomes as much about creativity as it does strategy, picking the right echoes to overcome challenges or reach otherwise inaccessible areas keeps you thinking at all times. There are plenty of side activities as well, including a variety of mini games that are both fun and rewarding. I really enjoyed the slumber training minigame and the stamp collecting quest that had me scouring the beautifully crafted environments of Hyrule. Getting your horse early in the game is also a highlight. Speaking of environments, let's talk about how this game looks and performs. Visually, Echoes of Wisdom feels like a natural evolution of the top-down Zelda formula, with an art style of course reminiscent of the Link's Awakening remake. The game's environments are vibrant and detailed, and despite the aging hardware of the Nintendo Switch, it manages to look stunning. There are some noticeable frame rate dips, especially in the opening sequence and larger areas, which feels like it is aiming for a higher frame rate, but dips down to 30 frames per second pretty often. With the way the game runs on Switch 1, I personally wouldn't be surprised if the game runs in 4K 60 on Switch 2. Playing in portable mode on the Switch OLED was quite stunning. I personally didn't notice a difference in performance going from my TV to handheld mode, which speaks volumes about how well optimized this game is for the system. One area that really stood out to me was the lighting effects, in particular as light filters through windows, casting intricate patterns on the floor, and all I could think is, man, this would really look good with HDR on Switch 2. But overall, I was really impressed with the graphics. Now, let's explore the sound design, which adds, of course, another layer of immersion to the gameplay. And the sound design in Echoes of Wisdom is another standout feature. From the very first note of the overworld theme, it's clear that the composers wanted to tap into the franchise's musical history while introducing something new. You'll hear subtle references to classic themes throughout the game. Southern Village's theme is excellent, while Hyrule Ranch shares similar notes to Lon Lon Ranch, making it nostalgic for longtime fans. The Zora theme is also exceptional, evoking memories of Ocarina of Time, and the Hyrule Castle theme in particular is haunting and powerful, underscoring the emotional weight of Zelda's quest. Overall, the music has grown on me throughout the game, especially that main theme, and that main theme is the one you guys heard in the trailer, and it's just filled with callbacks that longtime fans will appreciate. Let's discuss the target audience for this game and what makes it appealing to both new and veteran players. And to me, this game is a must play for any Zelda fan, but it also offers something for newer players. While it carries the weight of Zelda lore, its new mechanics and Zelda-centric story make it accessible to a wider audience. I think this game is, of course, for everyone, as many Nintendo titles are, but for Zelda fans, it's easily a must-play. Now, let's dive into the game's content and the sheer amount of activities players can enjoy. The map, for one, is a sprawling 8 times the size of the Link's Awakening remake, and every area is filled with secrets to uncover. There's lots to see here, do, and collect in the game, from echoes to collect and heart containers to find, to mini-games to master. The world feels alive with activity, and the variety of gameplay ensures that exploration never feels tedious. Moving on, let's discuss the difficulty and pacing of the game. Playing on Hero Mode added a significant challenge, but one that felt fair. The ability to switch between difficulties at any time was a nice touch, allowing players to tailor the game to their preferred experience. Even with 100% completion, I never felt the grind weighing on me. Side quests are well placed, and the ecosystem kept combat fresh and exciting. I made sure to tackle new side quests as soon as they appeared, so by the time I was ready to enter the endgame, I only had a few remaining side quests for 100% completion. There was no bloat here. Every part of the game felt meaningful. Let's jump into the next part where Echoes of Wisdom really resonates, and that's with its emotional core. And it's surprising to realize that we've never had a Legend of Zelda game starring Zelda until now. Growing up, I remember the Legend of Zelda cartoon portraying Zelda as a fierce princess willing to fight and protect her kingdom, and the Triforce of Wisdom from Ganon. Echoes of Wisdom feels like a continuation of that original cartoon, and Nintendo has executed her first adventure brilliantly. Upon the game's announcement, some fans speculated that it might just be another Zelda game with a female lead. Others compared it to Princess Peach Showtime, suggesting that Nintendo is saving the real Mario and Zelda games for the next console. Many comments dismissed Echoes of Wisdom as not a real Zelda game, and I'm happy to say that if you felt that way, you were wrong, and you should be happy too that you were wrong. This is undeniably a Legend of Zelda game. It captures the essence of the series and fits perfectly within the franchise. This game truly belongs. While discussing the game's features, it's essential to touch on replay value, and I would say the replay value is minimal. There are no special rewards for 100% completion, and I hope that's not a spoiler to anyone. By 100% though, I mean copying every echo, completing all side quests, collecting all heart containers, items, recipes, stamps, and mini games with the best results. There are, of course, individual rewards, and some of them are pretty cool, like nostalgic outfits for Zelda. However, the outfits are purely cosmetic. So it really comes down to whether you enjoy the game enough to see and do everything the developers created for us to experience. Now, if you can't tell by now, this game was a lot of fun, but let me say it clearly, Echoes of Wisdom is a ton of fun, but for a variety of reasons. The puzzles are cleverly designed, offering inventive challenges that keep you engaged. The new gameplay mechanics are exciting and seamlessly integrated, ensuring that none of them feel gimmicky. A lot of the enjoyment comes from experimenting with the various echoes. There's well over 100 in total that help you out in combat, access new areas, or solve intricate puzzles. This game cleverly builds on the mechanics from previous titles while delivering fresh, enjoyable experiences that make each encounter feel rewarding. Now, if you're wondering how long this game is, according to howlongtobeat.com, the main story takes about 21 hours, while completing both the main story and side quests takes around 25 hours. And then for those aiming for 100% completion, expect to invest approximately 32 hours. And this aligns perfectly with my experience, providing a solid amount of gameplay that feels satisfying and well-paced. Now, let's discuss the legacy of this game and its impact on the Legend of Zelda franchise. And Echoes of Wisdom to me is more than just a great Zelda game. It's a title that redefines what the series can be in top-down form. By putting Zelda in the lead role, Nintendo has opened the door to new possibilities. My hope is that this is only the beginning of a series of adventures starring Zelda, proving that there's more to explore in Hyrule than just Link's journey. Next, let's dive into my final thoughts on this remarkable title. The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is a bold, beautiful, and deeply satisfying addition to the Zelda franchise. It takes risks that pay off in significant ways, and Zelda's first starring role is handled with care and depth. This game not only reaffirms what makes the Zelda series special, but also proves that there is so much more to explore in Hyrule through the lens of its beloved princess. My hope is that this is just the beginning of a series centered on Zelda. And again, like who doesn't want more Zelda, right? With this new direction, we have a chance to see her evolve as a character, leading to even richer stories and gameplay experiences and more Zelda lore, which again, who doesn't want that if you're a longtime fan? Echoes of Wisdom delivers an adventure that feels right at home within the franchise while paving the way for future installments. If you're a Zelda fan or simply love great games, this one is a must-play. Thanks for watching my review of The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more gaming content. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What did you guys think about Zelda taking the lead in this adventure? Share your comments below. Don't forget to check out my other reviews like the Plucky Squire and Iron Meat. Until next time, may your heart containers be full and your adventures legendary.